right, my friends, welcome back to Baddy Charity League Day 3. One event to go, and there's a lot of that event left. It is finally League of Legends time. I am AJS0, and I am here with the man himself, 30. And
Hello.
30, we're about to watch a team that you drafted.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I have a lot of high expectations for this team. They have a lot of high expectations for themselves, especially
Yeah,
Dubdrub.
yeah, they definitely have some high expectations. 30 for 30 here on the blue side, and I would say those high expectations are, let's say it like it is. That's pretty stupid of them. It's pretty stupid of you. I don't see how anyone looks at this roster and thinks that this roster can compete with Cruise Masters, just powerhouse of a team. Don't call me Shirley on the red side. The 30 and 30 for 30 stands for 30 deaths, which is what they're going for at record speed this game.
Yep, I think 30 deaths is very achievable, but we'll be on the winning side of that because there's gonna be over 80 deaths in the game, and you're gonna have Team Cruz is gonna have 50.
Now I'm angry.
So that's a bold prediction. So we got bands coming through here. We got some support bands coming out, as well as the new and reworked Udyr being banned by 30 for 30. We got champs all around the rift being banned by Don't Call Me Shirley. And it's going to be a Caitlyn first pick. And this, just like at Worlds, there was so much priority on this pick. And then every time it got picked, it did absolutely nothing. I think there's a good chance this is going to Resquect, and I do expect he's going to also do absolutely nothing with this pick.
Oof. Okay. Well, they took away the Donger. I was gonna say I expected to see maybe a Kalen Heimerdinger push lane, but looks like Don't Call Me Shirley is smelling that out, and they will take it for their first pick on the red side.
Yeah, man, dude, times are changing. A world championship happens, and now Heimerdinger is a contested pick. He's high win rates, I believe, in multiple roles in solo queue right now. And Heimerdinger Malphite. This feels like home, man. This feels like home.
Yeah, on your spectator, does yours say enemy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes, it does.
Interesting. Okay.
That's weird.
That is weird.
As you can see on the left side of the screen, it says that player name is just fine.
Yeah. If anyone in Twitch chat knows if that's like a new setting or something, let me
Do you
know.
think I'm not ruling out Cruise Master just going and paying for some name changes for his whole team?
Holy shit.
Just to really get in their heads, like you don't even know who's going what role. It's a one-day tournament.
That'd be pretty good. That'd be pretty good.
But we do have some picks coming out on the left here. So Leona, Elise that we can analyze. I don't love it. Those don't feel like early round picks to me.
Is Elise still played? I forgot.
Maybe if you're like really good at her, but like Dubdrub's playing, like he picks this game up for the SBL and drops it. You should probably play something a little more point and click. I'd say you should play Udyr, but you banned it.
Well, it is a staple of his, so he has plenty of experience on it. So I think he's gonna do just fine. But it's Tree, assuming support, right? Leona, Tree, Respect, Caitlyn. That's a pretty strong bot lane.
That's what I would think. I think they're going to try to play this through bot lane, but they're not going to be going up against an easy one here. They're going to be going against hook resets and some. Well, they might be going up against an easy one. I don't know who's going to be the other half of that bot lane. Whether it's somebody playing, whether hook resets is going to play ADC or whether he's going to play support. Neither would shock me.
Yeah, very true. So obviously it's going to be an Ashe, ADC, Heimerdinger support, which is also a pretty good, strong lane here, but I think they're going to have to play it safe here in the early game with Tree being aggressive on this Leona.
Do not confuse cowardice for wisdom.
Oh, is that the new guy? No, that's Udyr. That's, I'm looking at the bans right now for the first time. Yasuo Nasus. Taking away Yasuo from Lazy Lass, I assume? Or Mikaro?
Yeah. We'll assume these are good bans. I can give everyone that much. Speaking of which, Twitch chat, I am going to need your help in this game. I know we have some money on the table for biased casters in this game.
Is that why you're talking the way that you're talking?
Yeah, no, I could definitely tell you had no idea what was going on, and that made it a lot funnier to me. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my god.
I just like heard you stop, and I was like, yeah, this team is gonna be it's fucking stupid of them to think they're gonna win, and you were like too stunned to speak for a second there.
Stun locked, yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Cruise Master. He's got endless wallets, and his own team is on the Rift right now. I think I'm going to spend a lot of team rooting for that team, and that's good because that's the team I'd be rooting for anyways. They got my boy Wang on the team. They got Chai making his SBL debut, his SBL adjacent debut. Natonian is his league name. Really excited to see if he can go. I'm thinking like if he can go 3-10, that'd be a win for him.
Is this really his first league event?
So he did. If you guys remember last year, we did the SBL bad players versus the SBL All Stars show match. That was just an absolute disaster. He was on team the bad players, so that's where he's at. He is. I'm not even sure if he's in bronze. I'm actually gonna OPGG him real quick here. I'm actually curious where he's at these days.
Okay, well this is the big stage for him then. He's on a starting roster. First game of the day. Hopefully he can set the tone right for his team. Don't call me Shirley. And they round out their team comp with Cassiopeia. Very nice. I assume this is Wang mid, right? Yeah. Enemy 5.
Yeah, it's probably Wang mid, although
I mean, a lot of these teams have super flexible rosters.
It could be him in the jungle. Like I don't think of. I mean, Wang plays 1,000 games this season, so he could be playing anything.
True.
Let's looking it up. Is Wang playing Cassiopeia? I was gonna say because Wang does play Zac. Like he is a Zac fan.
Yeah. Yeah, I love Zac. Zac's, pretty fun to watch in pre-made. Can set up a lot of cool ganks once he gets his slingshot leveled up
Zac
here.
Is his third most played. Cassiopeia his 28th most played. Here this is fun. 30. Take a guess how many champs my Wang has played in ranked this season.
There's like 150 champs total for now, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with 50.
So Wang has played this season 515 wins, 523 losses. This man is still in something adjacent to his prime, and he has played 63 characters in ranked. I knew this man was playing a lot of League. I didn't realize it was actually still 1,000 games a season.
That's insane, and that's more unique champ picks than I've ever played over the last 10 years, easily. I've played maybe 30 champs total. That's incredible.
We'll check. What has Wang not played? He has played Heimerdinger. He's played Malphite. He's not played Ashe.
He could be any enemy on this team. Enemy 1 through 5.
Yeah, anything but the Ashe, basically. I am putting my money on the Zac, though. It's his third most played, 57 wins, 35 losses. It's the best win rate in this top 10. But man, how do we get sidetracked here? Tryndamere got picked. Mikaro's playing Tryndamere, and Respect is playing. Oh, Respect's playing Azir. Respect's not playing bot lane. I get so excited by this 1,000-game season here.
Yeah, so this is something I expected could happen when I drafted the roster because, like I said earlier, a lot of these teams have flexible rosters, but I think my team might have the most flexible roster outside of Dubdrum. They put 3s in at least 2 or maybe even 3 roles. And I believe Respect has been playing mid recently in rank, but maybe not. Maybe he's been playing ADC. But as your pick, I assume he's something he's played in the past.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. I know Respect also has been playing a lot these days, or for the last few years, really in this like the SBL comeback era, we could call it, over the last. Respect's at about 700 games of solo queue this season, so he is also playing a plenty.
That's a lot.
But I think I'm most excited for this top lane. Both of these players, Mikaro and Enemy 2, you know, could pop off, could run it down. All right, chat. Give me your predictions. Who is the player of the game to watch? Game 1 here between 30 for 30 and don't call me Shirley. All right, we do have some names, so it is weighing on that Cassiopeia, and it's Milk on the Zach. We've got Shy on the Malphite. So, oh man, I feel yes, this top lane is going to be the place to watch because if this starts going badly against the Tryndamere, it could be a disaster. And I think we're both frozen games, so don't worry about that.
Yep.
Normal spectator. Normal spectator, but a little worse. I wonder if they paused. We'll give it a minute. As long as we're both seeing the same thing here, I think we're no cause for concern. You tab out.
I did, yes. Just adjusting a little countdown timer there so we can see the number of dragons for the blue side. But yeah, I mean, as I think Thrifty said before we switched over to me for streaming, broke the 3K already before the league tournament even starts. That's amazing.
That's super exciting.
I think last year, I mean, not to jinx it, but I think we had 4K last year, but I think we can beat that again.
Well, we're on our way, so everyone keep your bias casters going, and I'm going to try a close and reopen on this game to see if that helps things here. I hope that lets me back in.
Let me know. I mean, I can move things, or I can move the champions around.
Yeah, normal League of Legends, baby. But the worst part about how finicky it is like every season that I come back for the SPL, all right, yeah, do a close and reopen.
All right.
That seems to have fixed it for me. I will keep this pause on load in here while we wait for you. Every spectator, it always breaks, and it always breaks in new ways. Every season, it's like I've got to relearn how to be a League of Legends spectator. Really incredible. Riot makes a lot of money, man. Like, they could actually just recode this entire video game from the ground up if they wanted to.
They could. That would be quite an undertaking, but man, I feel like that would fix a lot of bugs. All right, here we go. Speed it up, pressing the equals button. Oh shit, we're already getting into laning phase here. I'll set up some champions for you folks.
Yeah. Set this up. Let's see, we're just at leashes. So we missed some leashes here. We missed Heimerdinger setting up his traps in bot lane. And we're all right. I'm 208 counting.
9, 10. Nice.
Perfect. All right, welcome to laning phase, my friends. So I feel like we've gone off the rails a bit here. So big thing I'm watching for here. First of all, how the hell this Heimerdinger goes. Obviously, we've seen this a bunch of worlds, but I'm curious what the people who are actively playing the game know about this matchup. As he gets hard trading in the mid lane.
Yeah, I think the strategy is really just be super aggressive, and, a push lane, so to say, and Best one probably just gonna be really aggressive on the position here in this bush, keep the turrets up, and try to land the nades.
Yeah, I would think that Caitlyn's going to be one of the better picks into this stinger. Caitlyn will. We don't have time though, because Newtonian, welcome to the SPL. Dub jump. Completely wrong area going with that stun, or that would have been some major pressure. That's very fortunate for the young Chai.
Yeah, I mean, he keeps his cool though. Doesn't blow the flash there. He's assuming dub jump is gonna miss the cum shot, and he does.
Yeah, but you can already see, I mean, this is a massive CS deficit in the top lane, and that's, that could turn into something very concerning. If Mikuro is able to get free farm up there on Tryndamere, I mean, you all know what happens when there's a Tryndamere involved in the game. The entire game is dictated by what he is doing, where he's applying the pressure. The tree is looking to go in here. Not a ton of follow-up, and this is why the Digger is so strong. You can't engage on it. You take so much damage, it's going to force a heal on a Lazy Lads here. Like, Lazy Lads, oh, he cancels that auto. get some decent damage on the return. But this, I was just going to say this a minute ago. This is what's scary about, while the Caitlyn's probably a good pick into the Dinger, I don't think the Leona will be, because, like, oh, you want to go in on Heimer?
Yeah, and then you walk away while the two turrets are autoing you, taking all that damage.
And
yeah.
then you look over and, you know, the Dinger player's just laughing at you like a little gremlin, like, I've been there, I know what it's like. It's not good.
Looks like Milk is, yeah, sort of just reserved to farming it out. Obviously trying to get some more levels into Slingshot before he maybe attempts any ganks. Micro playing really aggressive up in the lane here.
Yeah, and he should. You can tell. I mean, Chai has no mana left, so he's got no real options to trade here. He is just trying to tread water here. Still only about half the CS that Nick's accumulating. Might need to teleport just to go get his resources back at some point, but he's probably trying to get a little bit of armor before he can do that.
Yep. Looks like Dubjum visits Respect here in the mid lane, helps push in the wave. Milk was by the side there, but yeah, Jill just gonna farm it out here. Wang a little low on mana, but mid lane's looking pretty even so far.
Yeah, remember, Wang has the ghost flash right now, so he will not be able to back and TP in. That's this one. He's playing this like a Chad here, sticking around with no health, betting that Leona's not going to go in on me. I mean, that's a flash E-Ignite. Heimerdinger drops.
Yeah, that trade could go really badly for the blue side. 30 for 30 here. Lazy Lads gets so incredibly low. Single digit HP, surely. But don't call him back.
We're gonna see wave bounce, and the recall is set here. Zach is in the bot lane just in case anyone makes a mistake, but he might try to rotate over to Dragon. Although this is probably sketchy. I hopefully his blues about the spawn. I don't actually think he can do Dragon here, but they're gonna try for it.
Yeah. They're walking over.
I was gonna say, I mean, his mid laner's in base, but it looks like no one on 30 for 30 really cares, which makes sense. You know, they're not a team of intellectuals. You know, you take after your teammates, and if you got Dubjum on your team, giving away a lot of brain cells for free, not gonna think to contest dragons.
True, just pure unbridled aggression. 30 for 30. That's the way I like it. But Micro, he's going in. He bobs the ult, the flash for flash. He's gonna maybe not even get the last hit here on Natonian before he dies to the tower, and he goes down in the 1v1. That
was horrific. Nick had such an advantage in this top lane, and he sees blood in the water. But it's his own blood, Nick. Open your eyes. You're the one that's bleeding. You are ass.
Well, he agrees in the all chat there.
And hopefully that's the moment Chai, like, that's what Chai needs. You know, welcome to the SBL. It's your first time. You're a little scared. And then you watch some idiot try to dive you under your turret, blow both of his summoners as ult, to die anyways. And now it's like, okay, I'm fine.
Yeah, Respect going really aggressive there on Wang. He uses the Shrima Shuffle, just pushes him further away. Dubjum's here to maybe push in the wave.
Yeah, I'm thinking that was a mechanical misplay. I think I think obviously wanted to shuffle him away from his turret, not towards it, which could have maybe set up for a good gank here.
So, some nerves so far, it appears, for Team 30 for 30. But I'm confident they can sort it out here. It's a long tournament. It's double elim. Anything can happen. Milk actually diving into the mid lane there. Stun comes in from Wang with the ult, and it's going to be an easy pickup for Milk. Meanwhile, top lane, Natonian has to use the ult to escape.
But absolutely worth there. A lot of things on cooldown up on this top lane. No summoner spells for either player currently. So now here is the interesting situation. What does Chai do? Is he willing to push up and potentially open himself to a regank? Not an easy lane to push into, but it would be a disaster if Nick gets a freeze here.
Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna have to be careful there, but Mick's just gonna keep attacking, not go for the minis. Oh, Dubjum though. He is coming back up through the pink ward. Natonian has no idea. But the wave's pushing.
The wave is pushing it. Chai just gotta be patient here. But oh, he walks into AoEs, and that is the bronze player special. Walking in AoE waves for no reason. Guy, very unfortunate there. No, he's gonna walk out! What are the mechanics of these these players. Meanwhile, one of the mechanics on these bot laners, Tree, just as bad as I remember him. Nearly losing his life here. Losing his flash for nothing. And Chai absolutely toying with his food here in the top lane. I cannot believe. He knew that gank was coming. He baited it all. And now, oh, you're going to dive him? He's not scared of you. This man plays in finals.
The jump down. Mikro has the ult pop. He is tanking the tower, and he does get the kill. And hook resets going deep into the enemy bot lane. Respect going to be there to help finish him off.
Bad sequence for Levensia for Don't Call Me Shirley, although Wang is coming in. He did just pop his ghost, but a very important stun out of Dub Drum is going to do absolutely nothing because team players play the team game. Milk is there.
Bro, I don't know. Slingshot's gonna come up soon. If Milk lands it, I think they can catch up to him here. But yes, Mikro has to dodge it. Oh!
Oh, he gets the slow though.
Sticky hand, but nothing to smack him back with. And he gets out. Running across the map. He survives. Dub Jump does go down though in the top lane. Meanwhile, bot lane, Best is one. Gonna have to flash away from the Yona ult. Oh! Little lazy last flash auto there.
Did he have headshot and like think he's gonna just get an XQ with the headshot there? I'm not sure.
I could only assume so.
But that's an action-packed game here. It feels like we're not very far away from there being a lot of extra deaths here. Now Wang may be going to be another one of them. He knows he has no chance to get out, so he's going to just try put the DPS down, but it's not enough. Dub Drum game gonna be successful.
Yep, landing the stun there. No summoners for Wang, so a nice, easy pickup in the mid lane for 30 for 30. The 3 kills to 3. It's a close one. Gold leads slightly for the blue side. They might get some plates here. Yeah, just looking for plates.
Oh, 30. Did you remember to control shift Z scroll out?
Oh.
I just remembered 10 minutes in, 11 minutes in, just in time to see this beautiful gank from my man Devout Mouth. Fucking Ollie oop to the bestest one. Dinger is on the board.
Ooh, I'm liking this. Loving the zoom out here.
Yeah, like an extra 4 or 5 notches out is just the perfect distance to watch League of Legends at. And we are avid fans of semi-professional League of Legends on this stream, after all.
Milk's off to a really good start here on the Zac. Just want to say that real quick. His gank presence has been really good. 1-0 and 2. Farming hard. I mean, he has more farm than Dub Drum so far, and I think Dub Drum is even a little bit more active as far as ganking goes.
Yeah, I think that the top lane, the Great Escape definitely was a lot of time burns. So it makes sense, but I do think Milk, that's what Zac's going to do. Just be very active, kind of be everywhere. Slingshot's obviously, we know what kind of move Slingshot is. Dub Drum isn't this following. He's going to go for the flash cup shot into the Leo ult. There's not a chance. They're intrigued like the moron he is, stealing the kill away.
That is, I mean, that's like max range. Good. I mean, that play, if that fails, you're blowing summoners, and he waited so long in that bot lane too, but luckily it does pay its dividends, and they are going to move over to the dragon.
And a defensive Undying Rage out of Mikro there. That could be kind of impactful. I believe that's a longer cooldown. Let's check. Yeah. What, 110-ish seconds? So we got second dragon of the game going down here. Now we'll see what's the soul will be. It's going to be Mountain Dragon this game. I like this for the Don't Call Me Shirley comp with the couple of tanks on the line they have.
Yeah, the big meatballs, and I like that too. The thing that's going to transition nicely into the mid game, set the team fights up nicely. Cassiopeia, just an amazing team fighter, obviously. A lot of good AoE damage with that ult, and the miasmas. Oh, Milk coming down to the bot lane.
Yeah, no flash on the Kayle, but there is a flash on the Leo. Heal's coming out nice and early. It's like they are a little too scared of the 3v3. I think they should have gone harder for it, but they're gonna just trade some damage. Now Wang's flashing aggressively. Everyone's ulting. No one's finding the kills mid or bot here.
Yeah, I agree on the bot lane. The health advantage is definitely in favor of Don't Call Me Shirley, but maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, Respect is mid lane, so nothing really to fear there. Dub Jump still hovering around the spot lane. They have a pink ward in that dry bush, so they might not know see him coming at least into the river, but they have a pink of their own.
Been a lot of times this game where these guys have been willing to play around with no health and keep trying to push these lanes. I appreciate the risk taking here.
Yeah, I'm sure he's gonna take just a bunch of poke here, but he's hopefully gonna stand in front of Lazy Last so he can just farm out this wave and then probably get the recall. There's the Herald in the mid lane. It's gonna be a big charge here. No one's gonna be there to defend it, so I think it is gonna be first tower. Meanwhile, bot lane, Lazy Last, he's gonna get stumped up. Best this one's gonna get that kill. But Dub Jump is here in the mid lane, does kill the Herald.
They gotta be careful in that bot lane. They're about to bounce that wave. I think they should be playing more aggressive, trying to dive here. Maybe Cameron's about to come back, and yes, they're going for it. Tree has to flash out to barely hold onto his life. That's gonna be so much tower pressure mid and bot now. Or Don't Call Me Shirley.
Yeah, and Lazy Laz, if people can see on the screen that his flash is literal seconds away from coming up, so a very nice timing from Don't Call Me Shirley to find the engage in the bot lane.
And that's going to be a first brick here for Hook and Vestas. Not a surprise with this Dinger lane. You'd expect to be pushed the tower the whole time, even against the Caitlyn. The deaths are going to be the icing on the cake.
Oh, Dub Jump coming back down in the mid lane from the east. Shurima Shuffle misses. Wang's going to turn around and hit him with the ult. Dub Jump's going to go down. Respect's going to get knocked around by Zach, and will Shirley go down as well. A double kill for Don't Call Me Shirley in the mid lane.
I think that was a free 2 for 0, but Wang really wanted to go in there and secure it for himself. Just some awkward mechanics all over that fight, but still it is a win for Don't Call Me Shirley here. Milk just really the man of the hour right now. 2-0 and 3 on this Zach, been a part of essentially all of the action for his team. Probably having the best game thus far. And for as far as disappointments, I really respect just not looking like it's it on the Azir. Multiple times he's gone for the shuffle, and all it's ended with his Wang flossing on him instead.
Yeah, I agree. Mikaro getting pretty low here, playing with fire, but he does have the wards, the vision there to see Devout Milk coming in for any surprise ganks.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how this matchup's going to play out in the top lane now. I feel like Nick might have missed his window to, like, kind of accumulate a lead here. Now it's kind of at the point where Chai doesn't care if Tryndamere wants to fight into him, and Tryndamere's kind of a non-factor in this game, although Zach did just beat. Chai has his ult, good defensive ult and the flash, not playing around here. Does not want that Tryndamere ball to get rolling.
Yeah, they're gonna push it in, Mick and Dub in the top lane here. They're looking for tower damage, and yeah.
I think he's got to give this, and smart of him to do it. Bot lane could have rotated up for a dive there.
Ooh, Lazy Lass, he's zoned out from the mid lane here. Tree's coming in from the back with Spike. It's gonna be a 3v2 in the mid lane. Best is one, flashing out early, and Hook resets. Knows he's gonna go down there. Does use the flash though. Nitodian, wait, the flash auto misses, but the flash again. Ah!
That should have just been one flash blown by Nick and Dub, but it turns into all 3 of their summoners, and it's still a big win. They're gonna get a ton of damage, maybe even take this top lane tower. Oh my god, yeah, actually they are gonna take this top lane tower. So I guess I can't complain too much about the extra summoners being blown.
Oh my god, this super long top lane though for the split push Tryndamere. This is something Don't Call Me Shirley has to take into account, but they're gonna take that advantage, or the opportunity I should say, and they're gonna get the second dragon of the game for them.
Yeah, this is a really costly dragon though. They gave up the top tier 2 and the mid tier 1 just for second dragon. I would, probably say, I would not probably say, I would say that is not worth. That is not the trade you drew up, but by the time they were committed, it was too late to pivot to something else here. But now we'll see here what 30 for 30 can do with their map pressure. You're right, they do have the Tryndamere. I'm curious to see how they use it. It's not as easy for him to just YOLO push down a side lane just because of the Zac. Like, there has to be some respect to Zac.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, once he gets the level 5 slingshot, he can be straight up in the fog of war in his own jungle, and Mikaro and Tryndamere's not going to be able to see it coming.
Yeah, the play here is, honestly, it's probably putting Mick in the bot lane and just trying to push that up to tower. get the pressure on the far side of the map, and let your team do the 4v4 stuff elsewhere. Like, it's just too risky to be pushing as one in this long lane, top lane.
Yep, and
but
look at this.
You see that risk
Yep.
right now. Look at your mini map, and now Mick, the pings are coming out, but he's still got a long way to run. A nice stun coming through into the Malphite Hall.
Oh!
Go champ is escaping from this one. He's gonna pop his ult to try to trade a kill, but he's not even gonna get autos onto that Ash. Hook resets with his first kill of the game.
Yeah, I mean, inherently Tryndamere, that was a perfect CC chain, honestly. Without the Tryndamere ult, he just dies, 5 seconds earlier, however long that ult is, but yeah, way too pushed up there.
That's going to be top lane tower taken here by Don't Call Me Shirley as well. But I mean, that's exactly why I was just talking about this. Like, Mick should, the play here is to send Mick to the bottom lane. Like, have him just away from where the action is breaking out with your 4 able to converge. But here we go. Respect yet again, not going to get the shuffle, but it doesn't matter because the damage is coming out. Milk potentially, no! Milk is going to just bounce his way out of there. The Dinger Ignite is ticking. Best is one gets the kill out of Respect, and I think he's the only one that's going to die. And now his teammates are here. They're trying to just get everyone to the wall, but everyone is so low. Milk going in deep. He still has the passive available. He's fine. Dump Jump taking slow, is taking damage, taking his life. Quick resets. Did he go too deep? I don't think he did. It's a 1 for 2 here, and Don't Call Me Shirley is still on the offensive.
Oh my god, yeah, what a re-engage from Milk there at the end. They get 2, they could have probably gotten 4, but just barely scraping out with low health there is Tree and Lazy Last the bot lane, but wow.
Yeah, beautiful stuff from Milk here. 2-0 in 6. Just, I mean, he is the man of the game. All of this playmaking that needs to be set up is what is turning into, he has so many players on his team that can follow up, but he has to be the one to make action happen, and he has been picking his shots at great times here.
Yeah, can't agree more there. And looking at the gold, wow, it's even. This is crazy for how much it seems like it's swinging back and forth, but Don't Call Me Shirley, I think they have a better grasp of the game state right now. It surely seems like it.
It's smaller than the diagram.
Yeah, and I know I'm memeing on the players on 30 for 30 because I think they're all dumb, but Don't Call Me Shirley definitely has the smartest players in this game, in my opinion. You've got Wang, you've got Hook Resets, you've got Bestest One. These are guys that understand macro gameplay a bit, and I have to imagine on 30 for 30, it's pretty much it's just going to be Respect trying to call things, and Respect has kind of shown it. When he's not doing well on his own champion, he struggles to kind of be that team leader. So I imagine his calls aren't great right now. I'm curious to see what the comps look like here. Mikaro and Dub on the top side, like, those guys are going to just throw RNG to the wind to make some of these calls.
Yeah, it surely seemed like it in the early tower times that they had, the first 15 minutes or so. It was just like, oh, he's Natonian top lane, just dive him, just kill him, just go for it. Doesn't matter, blow everything, all the flashes.
I do like this choice from Respect to go bot lane, though. Go get a pretty easy tower. He had teleport available to join a fight. Get some CS. You've only got 148 at 22 here on the Azir. You just really want to start getting some farm. Get to your second, maybe eventually get to your third item here. I know you'd always expect farm to be low in these Baddy League games, but we've got Dragon up in 30 seconds here, and Don't Call Me Shirley is here early enough to set up the vision. And that's really big for this team. They need to just keep control of this river, get the Dinger turrets set up, get the wards set up, be that team that's impossible to push into. Because, like, what is Tree supposed to do here? Face check Ashe, Heimerdinger, Cassiopeia?
Yeah, oh, well, I guess Lazy Lads is going to be leading the charge. Oh, flash for flash, Dub. Making Bestest One have to respect the come shot there, and they Don't Call Me Shirley has given up the river control, but the bounce back in here. 30 for 30 trapped into a very tight corridor here. The Shurima shuffle backwards. Gonna get the shutdown onto Hook Resets. 1 for 1 so far. Or actually, it's 2 for 0. And for 30, Lazy Lads is forced out.
Yeah, Shy is going to get this kill onto the Caitlyn. Now we're going to see a bit of a convergence here. We are a long way from done with this fight because there is nowhere to run but into each other right now. Wang with the Cassiopeia. DPS coming out. Double kill for the Wang. He's got the dots burning. And now Shy also has the dots burning. It's a triple kill for my Wang. And now it's Natonian in a 1v2. Zach nowhere to be found. I don't think Malphite's making out of this one, but he does have a flash available. Has an outplay potential. If he can flash this one, Shy.
Oh!
Tree. Beautiful prediction on the Eve. And that is going to be a kill unless, no, it's going to be a kill. Tree with his third. We have just an absolute fiesta of a fight there. But look at how close that fight was. That was 2v5 for like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
30 for 30 had their whole team in there. Don't Call Me Shirley, after the initial setup, just completely gave it up. And they had to reconverge for a second half team fight there. That would have been a disaster if it was just a straight 5v5. But just some massive mistakes being made by Don't Call Me Shirley. Yet despite that, they nearly win the fight anyways.
Yeah, and it resets the whole state of the river in the dragon control, because Don't Call Me Shirley just goes straight back, and they're gonna pick up their third dragon and put him at soul. Boy, Mikro looking for the steal. Not gonna get it.
There was 5 health on that dragon, but it's not gonna be enough. Mikro, he does have his ult available, so he's going forward, but again, he just cannot get out of this ash, or can he? Dump drums there to finish the kill. And now it is a 0 for 2 here for Don't Call Me Shirley. Although Dinger does get some damage. Now wait for another big ult. The shots are ticking, and there is so much damage here, but it's not gonna be enough. Dragon secured, but what was the cost? 2 for 4 for 30 for 30.
Whew, yeah, that incredible engagement. I guess, yeah, it was a straight run back after all the deaths from 30 for 30 in the last fight. They get back into the dragon at the perfect timing, but it is the third dragon secured, so this is soul point where Don't Call Me Shirley, but can they get control of this river again to force the soul fight?
Yeah, now they're going to get even more pressure here. Their 5th tower of the game, and Chai's going to defend, but this is, I mean, this is a bronze player special, trying to just walk up and defend the tower 1v3. Although he's going to fade a bunch of ults out. Hook resets is here. Doesn't have the ult available, not going to get any slows, but these are low health bars. I think Don't Call Me Shirley. Make a play here. Rush for Baron.
Ooh, yeah, not bad. I had a feeling Hooker Sets had his finger on his ultimate button there, because there could have been an arrow into a slingshot, re-engage. His team was not too far behind, but yeah, they're gonna play it safe.
Crystal Arrow was still on cooldown for a few seconds, or I think he would have shot it.
Yeah,
because that would have been a great chance. But I don't think that we're gonna say anything too aggressive here, even with the recalls. I think Don't Call Me Shirley's gonna just try to reset maps. They're gonna try to get vision around there, and they're not gonna try to outright start it. They know they're 3.5 minutes away from a mountain, so they're gonna play for that fight.
Yep. And Wang, 6-5 and 4 on this Cassiopeia. Every team fight he's laying down crazy damage. He's always hitting, the squishy lazy last Resquect with that ultimate. And 30 for 30, I don't know how they're gonna maybe potentially deal with that.
Yeah, this is interesting fights here. The thing to me, I just think that last fight, around Dragon, Don't Call Me Shirley, I think they were surprised at how much damage the Tryndamere did out of the Ashe once Mick got on the hook resets. I think they got to make sure they save some resources to peel, because they cannot let Tryndamere just free auto on the Ashe. If that Ashe had been 50 units further out in that last fight, it would have been a win for Don't Call Me Shirley. We'll see here. We got all 10 bodies converging around Baron Nashor. Waves crashing. And now here we go. Mikro going in. Fastest one being caught, and his team, right as they were fanning out, just not on the same page there. Now that's the support down.
Yeah, I don't think Best of One really thought Dub was going to land that, and the follow-through was pretty quick for 30 for 30, and they have started it, but Don't Call Me Shirley, they are around the wall. They have so many engage options.
Yeah, but Resquect does not want to wait them out. He's sending Baron Wang to his death, but Wang gonna turn and get some damage on the Mikro and the Posse, but this is still a good fight for 30 for 30 here. Very low health bar though. The Hooky Sets is kind of free autoing here. I don't know if it's gonna matter. It's a 2 for 3 so far. This Heimerdinger is actually about to respawn, and a strange team fight here, but Don't Call Me Shirley gets the Baron stopped, and they have to take that as a win in the 4v5.
Yeah, good Shurima shuffle out of Respect there, because he read that obviously Don't Call Me Shirley, they have so many engage options like they did, and before they could really do it, he finds Wang out and gets the Shurima shuffle on him. Tree gonna go down here though. Was he laying vision down for, I assume, for the next dragon, or maybe clearing some out? But yeah.
Yo, did you see that plus 700 on Milk? Tree was the 4-0 and 9 before that.
Oh
death.
god. I know, he had so many kills that he didn't want the steal, but he had to in a lot of those situations. But man, what a bounty. A couple, yeah.
I know that, man. So we got 50 seconds here on the dragon. This is the big one. Chai going to top lane. He's got his teleport available. Respect also will have a teleport available. This is Soul or Don't Call Me Shirley.
Yeah, I have the gold values up on the screen right now, and wow, yeah, 11k gold for both Respect and Lazy Lass. Highest one for Don't Call Me Shirley is Hook Resets with 10.8k. There's the teleport coming in
Yeah,
from
that's
Daytonian. Yep. To
yeah,
get
not
positioning.
it was a little bronze, if we're being honest.
I'll. Yep. Yep. Nothing else to say there.
10 seconds on this Dragon Dinger. This team is committing a little.
Turret MVP takes the cum shot. Love to see it.
Yeah, these tanks, they're not. The tanks aren't holding the position the way they need to. They're kind of backing off a little too hard. It's best this one playing like easy, but there goes Enchanted Controller. Is going to go in, going to connect onto Lazy Lass, and that could be the difference here. Caitlyn is down, and this backline is being shreked right now by 30 for 30. 50 sets makes it out alive, and Respect with the panic Shuriba shuffle, but it's going to do nothing. And finally, Don't Call Me Shirley gets the good team fight. They're going to get the 0 for 5 clean ace into Dragon, into Baron Nashor.
Yeah, incredible. They pulled the trigger, and they have so many follow-up CC chains. They were doing it earlier in the game, and they do it to perfection basically in that team fight. Yeah, there's really nothing for 30 can do there. As Micro, I mean, bailing out, trying to get the Ashe at least with the ult, but not going to be able to pick it up.
And that was a beautiful, beautiful Enchanted Crystal Arrow out of Cal. Just, it's not like Lazy Lass was frontlining and you caught him out. That man was standing in the middle of his entire team, but Cal saw his shot, did not hesitate, and immediately the team was ready to follow up, pop that Caitlyn, and then there was just not a chance. And now, finally, we see a massive momentum grabbed by the balls here by Don't Call Me Shirley. Gonna have the chance to start trying to close this game out.
Yeah, what a power play. Gold swing here. They get the soul, they get the Baron. I mean, now they're up by just 1k, but what can they convert now with this all the strength that they have? They just went to base, they just got the items. It's going to be very tough for 30-30 to stop the bleeding. Looks like the play is mid lane.
Set up. Yeah, they're going to maybe try to 1-4 here. Malphite going to bot lane. Malphite does not have a teleport available. Respect does. Keep an eye on what that does here. They are trying to push into a late game Caitlyn, so these trap lines are pretty rough here. Milk wants to use this Earth Soul fields here to pop these traps, but these traps are doing a lot of work right now. A lot of Respect by Don't Call Me Shirley here. We're halfway through Baron right now. Dubdrum kind of looking at flanks here. I almost think they should just like have have Chai rotate up and just like look for the dive here. You're a Malphite Zac team.
Yeah, I fear that they're letting 30 for 30 set up the flank gank here as they push into mid in a 5v4. When yeah, I agree, they need the Malphite there to follow through.
It looks like what they did work. Look at that. Malphite gets ulted by Azir, does not take a single point of damage. It's going to wait till the cum shot comes through. Defensive ult from Malphite, but now Wave's going to be crashing a 4v3 mid here. But they might have blown their chance here. This cannon's kind of chipping away, but still, no towers taken. That's a big ult blown by Newtonian in the bot lane. Now Dubdrum is here. It's a 4v4. Azir has teleport if something breaks out. We got a minute left on Baron here. They really want to make something work here, but they got to be careful. Chai is still a few seconds away from the TP.
Yeah, I mean, I think you had brought up a good point there with the Caitlyn trap line. That is very effective. I mean, paired with the, looks like a little Azir tower here, but just Azir from long range being able to poke at the enemy. They've done a good job of surviving, or keeping their tier 2 alive. Oh, Milk sees an opening. Are they going to follow up on Dubdrum though? There is the repel into the stopwatch.
That stopwatch, it has to flash out of it. Now Mick going in, doesn't even get a chance to get the ult off. And this might finally get the play. Respect makes it to the backline, but he's turnable. Cal with a good stopwatch away, doing so much damage on the far side of this fight. This is looking really good here for Don't Call Me Shirley. It's a 0 for 2, 0 for 3, and that might be G squared, my friends. 0 for 4 here. Don't Call Me Shirley, massive back-to-back team fights. And finally, this late-game team fighting comp is going to come through. I think they're going to push this one down. They are going to get the first win of the tournament, just like we knew they would.
Yeah, respect. He had a good flank there, but the stopwatch from hook resets just totally nullifies it. And yeah, that's going to be the GGWP for Don't Call Me Shirley.
7, 1, and 12 out of development on the Zach. God damn.
Unranked player, by the way. Eternally unranked. Amazing.
Jesus, look at that damage delta champions.
Oh, okay. There's a new little end of game screen so we can see the damage all in one screen. Okay.
That's this one with the 33.8
Jesus.
on the dinger.
What?
I knew he was doing work, but I didn't realize it was that much. This is actually a pretty wild
What?
graph here. I would not have predicted this. I'm actually surprised Wang is that low.
Wait. Is this saying that support Heimerdinger did the most damage in the game?
Yeah.
What?
How's that make you feel?
I kind of want to play support Heimerdinger. That's incredible. But yeah, holy shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, the dinger is here. That is going to do it for game 1. So, guys, stick around. I know we're going to have a stream swap coming up shortly as we prepare for our next match here. Time for Tubby Bye-Bye versus Bongs for Tots. So I hope you'll all stay tuned. I will see you soon.